Since the advent of human civilization, trade and commerce have been natural tendencies among people inhabiting geographically contiguous areas.
ডাইরেক্ট গাড়ি নিয়ে যদি ঢাকা থেকে বেনাপোল যায় বা ভুটান বা ইন্ডিয়া দেশে যাই তাহলে পরে মনে করেন যে আপনার আমাদের যাইতে অনেক সুবিধা হইবে কিংবা তাছাড়া জায়গায় আপনার ভাড়া বেশি পাওয়া যাইবে আর যোগাযোগ ব্যবস্থা যদি ভালো হয় তাহলে আমাদের যেতে কোনো আপত্তি নেই। তাহলে চলুন আমরা যাই।
I'm happy to introduce to you this particular project, which is about building connectivity in the South Asian region on the pattern of what is already happening in the ASEAN countries. In this particular project, what is also important to note is a tool by which it can be taken forward is the Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Nepal connectivity network, the network which has been signed. And that will help to give this momentum as such.
This BBIN being a smaller sub-region, smaller subgrouping with similar kind of economies, stages of development of the economies, it would be easier to integrate and it would be really helpful for the landlocked countries to get connected, to access ports in the region, in the Bay of Bengal.
Intra-regional trade in South Asia stands at merely 5%, whereas for countries in the ASEAN region, the extent of intra-regional trade is more than 25%. Trade among Bangladesh, Bhutan, India and Nepal, referred to as the BBIN region, has flourished in the past decades, but still lags in comparison to the ASEAN countries.
There's a lot of interest in having cooperation between Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, and Nepal, for example. I know there's a highway project that's underway with the Asian Development Bank and regional governments. There's also talk of regional airports and connectivity, seaports, inland waterways, and the likes. A lot can be done in this area.
We think that this transport corridor will develop into an economic corridor. And if that be so, then we will gain in terms of investment connectivity, trade connectivity, people-to-people connectivity, and together all the participating countries will stand to gain enormously from the employment creation opportunities, from greater trade, greater investment, and from greater welfare of the people of our countries.
Connectivity has always been considered as the key to the growth of trade and commerce in this sub-region. The main hurdles seem to lie in the lack of connectivity and integration. Several measures have been initiated at both national, regional and international levels in the recent past to address the issue.
No customs procedure will actually take place at the border. It will happen at a location within, far away from the border, like a ICD, internal container location, or some other customs facility that is available inside the country. And then the truck will just travel to the border. Only seal of the truck would be checked at the border. It will proceed on to its destination in the country it's traveling to, and then again customs clearance will happen somewhere inside the country. This means that the entire congestion that you have at the border will go away.
The motor vehicles agreement should be seen as one of a stepping stone as we move to sort of a much broader set of interventions and agreements that would allow transport in its entirety to be to be dealt with, and that would include moving on from sort of road transport into inland waterways, into coastal shipping, and for the potential use of deep sea ports across the region.
There is a huge time and cost savings that implementation of the BBIN motor vehicles agreement would offer for the people of this region. As an example, I would like to recall the trial run of the cargo truck which traveled between Kolkata to Agartala via Bangladesh territory, and because of the agreement it traversed about 640 kilometers, which otherwise without the agreement would mean about more than 1,500 kilometers of distance.
An important instrument conceived in recent times to strengthen connectivity in the BBIN region is the BBIN Motor Vehicle Agreement. It is expected that this instrument will intensify intra-regional trade, provide a significant stepping stone to multimodal connectivity in the region, and boost trade between the BBIN countries and the rest of the world, particularly countries in Southeast Asia.
Quite exciting to read about and learn more about the BBIN motor vehicle agreements in the recent implementation study put on by CUTS. It's really quite an exciting opportunity. The Seven Sisters in the Northeast really at the moment can only be connected by land through the Chicken's Neck through Siliguri. With a new agreement put into place that will ease transportation, there are really quite a lot of opportunities to connect not only the Northeast to the rest of India, but also have regional connectivity throughout the Southeast Asia and of course through the BBIN countries.
What we need to do for making BBIN possible is, you have to consider into the authorized economic operators, model, which is, also given by revised Kyoto Convention as well as with the World Trade Organization. And based on that, initially we need to start, and then we need to demonstrate to the private sectors and the truck owners of the country that, this is possible and the logistic cost will come down. But we have to also take into consideration other cultural and social factors,
Several efforts are underway for effecting infrastructural improvements. Mention may be made of the roadways being constructed under the aegis of the Asian Development Bank to link identified corridors across the BBIN region.
Japan has been contributing the improvement of connectivity in Nepal, for example, Kathmandu-Sindri Road, or in Bangladesh, many bridge projects like Meghna Gomti and Jamuna bridges. So we have been cooperating for the improvement of physical connectivity, land connectivity of these countries.
A rail-linked ICD has been established at Siliguri, which will immensely facilitate trade for land-linked Bhutan and Nepal. A bridge under construction at Sabroom in South Tripura will enable accessibility of the Chittagong port in Bangladesh to Tripura and other northeastern states of India. This could well open the window for trade between the northeastern states of India and other countries in Southeast Asia like Myanmar and Thailand. However, infrastructural obstacles to cross-border trade in BBIN sub-region remain. These include poor road conditions, inadequate parking space at land customs station, a dearth of testing laboratories, lack of harmonization of customs procedures between countries, etc. Given these hurdles, the need for an instrument like the BBIN Motor Vehicle Agreement to facilitate seamless connectivity within BBIN countries for both trade and tourism is an imperative. CUTS International initiated the EPTAF project with a view to capturing ground realities about problems that stifle connectivity in the sub-region and identify suitable measures that need to be put in place.
চাল গম ভুট্টা অনেক সময় এত পরিমাণে চলে আসে যে 10 দিন 15 দিনেও এক্সপোর্ট হয় না। সেক্ষেত্রে দেখা যায় একটা গাড়িতে 10,000 15,000 টাকা করে ডিটেনশন দিতে হচ্ছে। ভারত বাংলাদেশ ভুটান নেপালের মধ্যে একটা এগ্রিমেন্ট হচ্ছে, তাতে এক দেশের গাড়ি আরেক দেশে চলে যাবে। এটা যদি হয় তাহলে আমাদের ট্রান্সপোর্ট খরচা অনেকটা বেঁচে যাবে এবং যেই মালটা থিম্পুর থেকে লোড হবে সেটা ঢাকায় গিয়ে ডাইরেক্ট ডেলিভারি হবে। এতে যেরকম মাল যেরকম সতেজ থাকবে, জিনিস যেরকম ভালো থাকবে, সেরকম ট্রান্সপোর্টিং খরচা অনেক কমে যাবে। এটা হলে অবশ্যই আমরা সাধুবাদ জানাই।
কিছু কিছু আইটেমের ক্ষেত্রে যেমন মাছ, ইলিশ মাছ, হ্যাঁ, শাকসবজি, কাঁচামালের ক্ষেত্রে প্ল্যান কোয়ারেন্টাইনের অফিসের খুব জরুরি, যেটা আমাদের ইনপুট অনেক ক্ষেত্রেই হতে পারছে না প্ল্যান কোয়ারেন্টাইন অফিস না থাকার জন্য। যে গভর্নমেন্ট রেভিনিউ ওয়েস্ট বেঙ্গলের মধ্যে সেকেন্ড পজিশনে চায়নামান্দা বর্ডার, কিন্তু তথাপি এখানে কোনো প্ল্যান কোয়ারেন্টাইন অফিস এখন পর্যন্ত হয়নি। এবং তারপরে আরেকটা জিনিস দরকার, ইম্পোর্টের গাড়িগুলো আমাদের বর্ষার দিনে যেমন ট্রান্সশিপমেন্ট করছি, কোনো শেড নেই, পার্কিংয়ে কোনো শেড নেই, এই শেডটা খুব জরুরি।
The study captured several challenges to the BBIN motor vehicle agreement. The current state of road infrastructure, weak regulatory and institutional reforms, absence of testing facilities at the border, lack of harmonization of regulatory standards, cumbersome at the border procedures, etc.
अगर गाड़ी चारों देश में जाएगा तो बहुत अच्छा रहेगा। एक जगह से दूसरा बॉर्डर का उतना परेशानी नहीं आएगा गाड़ी का। वहाँ में जाने में, दूसरा कंट्री जाने में हम लोग का जो भी पुलिस वाला का जहाँ दूसरा का उसका हम लोग को थोड़ा हेल्प मदद चाहिए। मदद करने से हम लोग को बहुत ज़्यादा फ़ायदा होगा। हम लोग का गाड़ी का व्यापारी को बहुत अच्छा होगा और माल पहुँचाएगा। हम लोग टाइम से जाएगा और टाइम से गाड़ी उधर से लौट के आएगा।
A major obstacle to the effective implementation of the BBIN motor vehicle agreement comes from a lack of political will and policy-related challenges. Bhutan, for instance, remains apprehensive about environmental damages and livelihood concerns consequent upon the implementation of the BBIN MVA.
The sub-regional transport system proposal has been one of the most important issues in our parliament. The parliament has discussed this for several years now.
Apprehensions are also discernible among various segments of the unorganized sector that fear loss of jobs in the event of seamless connectivity. Alternative arrangements have to be conceived for them.
এবারে 100 গাড়ি আসে, পাট আসে, চট আসে, গার্মেন্টস আসে, আপনার র্যাক্স আসে, অনেক আইটেমের মাল আসে। একটা গাড়ি, কোনো গাড়ি দেখা যাচ্ছে এক গাড়ি খালি করতে পারলে 2000 হয়, 1000 হয়। আমাদের ইউনিয়নে এগুলো ঠিক করে দেয়।
Others are more optimistic. Transport agencies, including transporters and truck drivers, feel that the MVA will make cross-country road travel less arduous. Seamless connectivity will be further complemented by technological advances like GPS, with which cargo vehicles are equipped. This will enable tracking of vehicles and cargo across borders and enhance their security.
This agreement which has happened between this BBIN motor vehicle agreement, that's a very good step by the government.
Optimism about the advantageous impact of the BBIN MVA is also shared by support service providers who feel that a rising volume of trade will bring in more vehicles and more customers and therefore raise businesses.
पहले कम गाड़ी आता था, अभी ज़्यादा आ रहा है। ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा गाड़ी रहने तो और ज़्यादा कमाई होगा, 2 पैसा ज़्यादा होगा।
Seamless connectivity will also enable tourists to ply across neighboring countries, even in their own vehicles. Promotion of tourism will boost economic development and people-to-people connectivity in the sub-region.
আমার কেন জানি মনে হচ্ছে যে দুই দেশের, বাংলাদেশ এবং ইন্ডিয়া, যাতায়াত ব্যবস্থাতে আমার পার্সোনাল গাড়ি নিয়ে আমি এখানে আসবো, এখানকার লোকজন পার্সোনাল গাড়ি নিয়ে ওইখানে যাবে, বা মোটরসাইকেল বা প্রাইভেট কার, এটা প্লিজ যদি অ্যালাউ করা যায়।
Several commodities in this region have remained neglected and their true market potential unexplored owing to lack of connectivity. The cases of Lakadong turmeric in Meghalaya and rubber in Tripura bring to light the huge potential for exploiting agricultural value chains in the sub-region. Road connectivity reinforced by market access and digital connectivity will aid the development of value chains and immensely benefit small and marginal agricultural producers across the region.
If the vegetables or other agricultural products are coming from Bhutan, from Bangladesh in a reasonable rate, I think it will be better.
This study offers several recommendations. Country-level efforts are necessary to provide basic hard and soft infrastructure. Governments need to enforce measures to combat corruption across the corridors. Concerned governments need to relocate or rehabilitate the losers in alternative jobs. Governments need to harmonize trade procedures and customs rules, which will eventually minimize non-tariff barriers and informal trade. Above all, there is a need for widespread dissemination of information about the motor vehicle agreement.
As an exporter from Bangladesh, we are not able to take our trucks into Nepal. You know, like so Indian trucks are coming in to our Banglaband border. We are doing the shipments and then the trucks are going forward. If we could have done with one shipment, like say the trucks that we have from Bangladesh, If it could have gone straight up to Kathmandu, Biratnagar and all the bigger Nepali destination, I think the cost of doing business could have come down and we could have done a better job for the consumers in Nepal.
The BBIN connectivity provides Nepal an unprecedented opportunity to be connected with not only India, but with Bhutan and Bangladesh also.
An initiative of this magnitude can hardly take off, still less fruition, without the contributions of many.
There's a need to ensure safety and security of travelers across the borders.
If we can complement each other, we can really move fast ahead.
There will be some losers, and we particularly emphasis on those who are going to lose and how they can be accommodated through reskilling, education, etc. for better livelihood for them. We understand that still there are some concerns by some countries. I'm sure that those concerns can be addressed and will be addressed. We have received excellent cooperation and guidance from various persons who have been associated with this project from the US State Department. And let me take this opportunity to thank all of them for their support and for their guidance. Let me also thank our partners, Unnayan Samanvay from Bangladesh, Bhutan Media and Communications Institute and Nepal Economic Forum for their cooperation and timely implementation of various activities under this project. And let me also thank my colleagues who have worked tirelessly in implementing all activities under this project under the motto of timely delivery of quality outputs.